Hi everybody, my name's Arthur. Today I'm just going to share my journal with you guys and give you a glimpse of the transformation I went through, what it took to get there, and et cetera, and et cetera. And even though there's going to be distractions, I'm not going to let it really distract me. That's part of the process, right? Even though I could be doing this later or whatever, I'm choosing to do it now. I'm choosing it to be intentional, and I'm letting it just flow from my heart. So here we go. So this is my journal, and one of the things that I was doing was journaling, what my thoughts are when I enter a space, when I enter, a new event, when I enter a classroom, when I enter a workshop, when I enter a seminar, when I enter, my first NA meeting, the stuff that in my head that pops up without me even caring to think about it. So what normally pops up when I go somewhere is, I've done this before. I don't want to be here. I'm spacing out. I got triggered when somebody asked me if I'm okay. And then, the self-image that I was trying to generate at the time was, I'm a bold, abundant love leader, which today my self-image is different. It's I'm a trusting, abundant, free man. But I'm going off my journal just to give you an idea of where I was. So, the importance of doing this work is I get to smash through rackets and the noise in my head, and I get access to power. And the ways that I avoid giving feedback, which is really how I feel when something's happening, is that I stay silent or I become defensive, and I lose power that way. I give my power away. Eventually I start blaming myself, asking what's the point of any of this, and then I revert back to being a victim. So even if I try to create a new possibility, it doesn't last very long. After getting tired of blaming myself, I begin to blame the people around me, and I get to be right about all of it. Because, they say whether you think life is easy or hard, or whatever you think about life, it is. So you're going to be right always about whatever it is you believe. So from there, I got some feedback, and the words that stuck to me the most were, I'm worthless, I'm selfish, it's all about me, 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 I'm a victim, I'm robotic, defeated really stood out for me. I'm a loser, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm disconnected, and I have no self-worth. So these were the things I felt about myself. And then I had an opportunity to give feedback to others. What I was saying to others were that they were disconnected, that they had no self-confidence, that they had no self-esteem, that they were waiting for everyone else, that they were hiding, that they weren't playing full out, and then they were hiding behind their smile, and no one knows who they are, and they're just waiting. Later I realized both the feedback that I was giving and receiving were actually my own feedback. So the irony of that one, right? And then the judgment that I gave them and everybody else is that they see something I can't see, which is more of, I'm not good enough, right? They're disconnected, or I'm disconnected, or they're distant, or they're a know-it-all, or they have to have it their way. And then, conditional, and I would always ask, am I not enough? Or who cares? Or I don't matter, I give up, no one cares, I don't belong, F it. And then the other side of I'm not good enough is I'm superior, which is also another, judgment that's out there. Let's see, from there, I looked at how I created things. So for example, when my friend Nick said he couldn't make it to one of my events, what I said about myself is, I'm not good enough yet. And then what about him? I would say that he's above my class. So I'm judging myself and him at the same time. I have another one where it says, my cousin, she couldn't make it to my son's birthday. And what I would say about myself is, I'm used to it, I'm a victim, right? And then about her, that she doesn't care, she's just busy. So, and then I had an opportunity to get feedback from an entire group, and I finally hit the core, right? And the core was the source of I'm not being good enough. And the source was that I'm a scared little boy, I'm isolated, I'm sad, I'm scared, I'm guarded, and I have no self-confidence. And it's ironic because the moment I saw the scared little boy, I realized that I'm speaking to my 3-year-old self. And the 3-year-old self had some very, very painful memories. And so I'm going to share this with you. Basically, when I was 3 years old, parents and teachers both violated my trust. So, we have our ideals. Ideals are how things are supposed to be. So for example, teachers are not supposed to lie. Parents are supposed to protect you. And these things got violated for me at the age of 3. I was physically abused a lot, like hit by teachers. I have a scar on my chin here that was given to me by one of my teachers. Now, I'm not saying she did it on purpose, but the point is that once those ideals get shattered, there's something you say to you about yourself. And in my case, it was, I'm not good enough and I can't trust others. And so I went through, changing countries, coming to America when I was 4 years old with, I can't trust the grownups. I can't trust people. And so from there, the actual story itself, doesn't matter, but understanding the source of it and why it happened to you is really where it's at. And so from there, let's see. I was confirming the following barriers and walls that I had that I found about myself once I realized the source is I was emotionless, I was numb, I was disconnected, I wasn't trusting, I had no confidence in myself, I had no self-love, I had no self-worth, and I was truly lonely. And since then, I've let them all go, and I gave my word to heal and let go of anything that comes up for me, and that's why you're seeing this version of me today. Let's see. And then even at that time, as I was making those discoveries, I realized some of the barriers and walls I still got to let go of were the I don't knows of life, because one of the signs they had up there in one of the classes was, what are you pretending not to know? And that really, really got me, because I just kept looking at it and kept looking at it and kept looking at it and thinking, like, what am I pretending not to know? And I realized that I don't know is one of my biggest, the noises in my head that has me convinced that I can't do something, that I have to do, that I have no times, or I'm just one dues. These are all different versions of that same barrier that doesn't allow me to live life. So, afterwards, when I finally had my breakthrough, Let's see, what I created was, I'm committed to bringing laughter, happiness, peace, joy, and connectedness back to life from the dead, because these are the things that I lost as a child, as that 3-year-old self. So it's amazing, because right now, on my arms, what it says is, I'm a trusting, abundant, free man. And then on this side, it says, Yes, v'stahov li'arjek azat martan. So the Armenian part is for the 3-year-old in me, and the English part is for the adult that I became. And the adult that I became is the person that child needed to feel safe and protected and loved and held and being enough. So it's ironic that I got to be the person that I needed as a kid. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there to give you guys a chance to reflect. That's the first part of my notebook. I'm gonna share some more when I get back. Thanks for watching. I hope you got to reflect a little bit and see yourself in my share. I appreciate you. Take care. Have a great day.